Hi, I'm Greg Gutfeld, in for Bill O'Reilly, who will join us in just a moment. Our top story, of course, the cold-blooded execution of two New York City police officers. On Saturday afternoon, officers Rafael Ramos and Wenjin Liu were sitting in their patrol car in Brooklyn when 28-year-old Ismail Brinsley walked up to their vehicle, pulled a gun, and shot them both in the head. Brinsley was on a mission, posting on Instagram a threat to avenge the deaths of Eric Garner and Michael Brown. I am beyond angry and heartbroken over these assassinations, as is so much of the country. And Bill O'Reilly, who was supposed to be off today, he could not stay silent. He joins us by phone. So, Bill, when I heard the news, I was horrified, but I was not surprised. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, Greg. Look, I'm going to walk through this in a very methodical way because I want everybody to hear what I'm saying very clearly, because I'm going to send a big message tonight on the fact. My grandfather was NYPD. I know the city as well as any human being, and I know that the New York City Police Department, at this point in 2014, probably the best police agency in the world. Local police agency in the world. What they've done with crime is stunning. A city that had 3,000 murders a year now down to 300 in that range. You have a mayor that comes in, a man named Bill DeBlasio. He is a far-left individual who is incompetent, and I will get to him in a moment. He's incompetent. He cannot run the city of New York. Let's first start off with this killer, 28-year-old guy named Brinsley. All right? Total loser, 20 arrests, high school dropout, no father that we know of, the usual cultural devastation. Okay, raised in poverty, bounces around, no education, no skills, doesn't hold a job, commits crime after crime after crime. The system won't deal with him because people like DeBlasio don't hold him accountable for anything. Then the man snaps, shoots his girlfriend in the stomach, a woman who actually had a job in Maryland. She survives. Then he gets on a bus, comes to New York City. Then he starts to say, I'm going to kill cops. So he knew he was through, and he decided to go out in the most destructive way possible, using the deaths of Michael Brown and Eric Garner as an excuse, not as a mission. Everybody should know this is a terrible individual, and I hope he's enjoying hell right now. And there are millions of Brinsleys running around, millions, because our society in America does not hold them accountable. Okay? Now, Brinsley is the only one responsible for the deaths of the two police officers. No one else has blood on their hands. I want everybody to be clear about that. Aiding and abetting Brinsley and other maniacs, those protesters who yelled, "We want dead cops." Everybody heard it? Those people should be shunned. If you know them, never speak to them again. They aided this. Those protesters who yelled, "We want dead cops." Now let's go to the true villain in the case, but it does not have anything to do with the direct murder of the officers. I want to be quite clear on that. And by the way, does the fact that Brinsley is black have anything to do with the African-American community? No. Just as if a bad cop does something, you can't condemn all police. You cannot condemn blacks because of what Brinsley did. So everybody should be clear about that. All right. Bill DeBlasio, as I said, is incompetent. He was elected in an election in New York City that few people voted. He's a machine politician, and he is an anti-police individual. Now he's in trouble. Now he's trying to backtrack. But he has been anti-police his whole career. Who's his best friend? Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton. A racial provocateur, an anti-cop individual, is DeBlasio's best friend. That says it all. DeBlasio actually is proud that he told his teenage son that he may face, quote, dangers when interacting with the NYPD. What kind of a responsible father tells that to his son? Then, after witnessing, because it was on videotape, two of his police lieutenants get beaten by a mob, The mayor of New York City says it was an alleged beating. That insulted every officer. All 35,000 NYPD were insulted. Alleged? You saw it with your own eyes, you pinhead. Once he said that was the end. He lost the police department. And then when he went to the hospital over the weekend, where the 2 police officers are being treated, police officers turned their backs on Bill DeBlasio, the mayor of New York City. Good for them. Good for them. This is an individual who should resign today. Today. He cannot run the city. He's lost the control of the police department and the respect. They will never come back no matter what he says, because he sided with the protesters. That's what he did. And he associated with provocateurs, and he has disgraced the office of mayor of New York City. He should resign. Let's see if I left anything out. I want everybody to read what Jaden Ramos, the 13-year-old son of one of the slain officers, has posted on the Internet. Everyone should read that. That makes it come home to everybody that these 2 police officers were stellar individuals, and their deaths will have a cataclysmic effect on their families. I'm just really angry right now. All right, so I think I've covered it.
You have. I would only add to that, because we've got to go, is where are the people? Where are the New Yorkers? Why aren't they in the streets? That's the only thing I'm asking. You're out on the streets for a lot of things. You should be out on the streets in support of the police. Bill, thanks so much for calling in. Next on the rundown, Juan and Mary Catherine on the horrendous murders and the growing tension between New York's mayor and his 35,000 police officers. Right back with it.